I'm standing near the memorial for the Heart Mountain War Relocation Center near Cody, Wyoming. Behind me in the distance you can see what was the hospital complex. More than 10,000 Japanese American citizens were held here during World War II. What is now a thriving agricultural area was largely uninhabited desert in a very distant, very remote location. About a half mile to my left was Vocation Siding, where the rail cars would deliver the passengers of Japanese ancestry. All of their goods, which they had just a few days to collect before they were forced out of their homes to these first assembly centers and then ultimately here and other relocation centers around the West, would dump unceremoniously the meager belongings that they'd been able to carry with them. The internees had to walk here, up the hill half a mile, while they watched their luggage being carried by trucks. This is the area that was the assembly center and most of the administrative offices. Off to my right, in areas that you can't see, including Heart Mountain in the distance as I stand here, on this plateau were thousands and thousands of acres of barren desert. Populated with sage, a few yellow weeds here and there, an awful lot of rocks, decomposed granite, and some sandstone. In the summers it could get to be 120 to 130 degrees in some areas. In the winter, 30 below zero. Norman Mineta, who became a member of Congress and later secretaries to presidents of the United States, was interned here. He met Alan Simpson as a Boy Scout. They became fast friends and served together in Congress. There's a poignant memorial is behind me over my right shoulder near the road, which at the time was a dusty, barren gravel road. Now a modern paved road that leads to farms and ranches in the area. That poignant reminder is there from, I'd guess, the 60s or 70s, maybe even as late as the 80s. Put there by families of internees and tended to carefully until finally the last generations were too old to come and tend to it. Fortunately, this area is now under the jurisdiction of the Department of the Interior and the Bureau of Reclamation. Where I'm standing is the central location for a memorial that honors those who served in the military of World War II, of Japanese ancestry, those who died, and a walking tour that gives you an idea of what this desolate area might have looked like. I'm Robert Pace, Heart Mountain, Wyoming.